Welcome to From the FOX61 Archives, where we take a look at stories from years past. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Yeah, one of the best days of the year for us is to get out and cover the Manchester Road Race every Thanksgiving Day.
Since 2000, FOX61 has brought you the race live 15 times. We've gone back in our archives to see some of our old coverage.
Yeah, so join us as we run down memory lane. And remember, you can watch our race coverage live this Thanksgiving starting at 9 a.m. on air on FOX61.com and on FOX61 Plus.
11,500 runners start Thanksgiving with a morning stretch, warming up for the big race. Some looking like they just rolled out of bed. The race draws world-class runners, Bozo and Santa, as well as a few less recognizable characters. What's with Bullwinkle?
It's not Bullwinkle, it's a moose.
There are runners who've been training for years.
I'm a fighter, so, I'm just doing this to get in shape.
I run every day, so you might as well, and you give at least a little more room for turkey.
And then there are the gluttons for punishment. We're just going to go out here and run 4.7 miles.
Yeah.
We're not ready for this. Not even close.
While the runners may come in all different shapes and sizes, they do share one thing in common. For them, the race is more about Thanksgiving tradition than competition.
It's a great way to start Thanksgiving.
And you can eat guilt-free, right?
That's right.
A real family affair for the Esty sisters, running together for 10 years.
We always saw the runners come through the town, and we couldn't imagine who would want to run on Thanksgiving, and we grew up running the same race we watched.
Stuart Kennedy's been watching since it started 58 years ago.
In the early days, we used to try to watch it from two spots. We could halfway through the race and then jump in the car and come down here and see the finish.
Can't do that this time.
Can't do that anymore.
Not with a field of thousands and streets lined with spectators.
This is Thanksgiving in Manchester. Have a good day. We'll see you when you get back.
In Manchester, Christina DeFranco, FOX61, News at 10.
Unbelievable.
It's a nice tradition to do this every year. You feel fortunate to be healthy and to be able to do the 4.7.
Thousands join some of the world's best runners on one of the coldest days of the year for the Thanksgiving Day tradition.
Warming up and that kind of thing, this cold weather, is it cold enough for you?
Cold enough, I can't feel my hands.
Timothy Vaughn may have lost the use of his legs a little more than a year ago, but not his love for competition.
I've always been athletic. I've always enjoyed doing things and outdoor events, and it hasn't stopped me being in a chair.
Middle-of-the-road competitors joined elite runners just for a chance to run with the best.
Not too serious this year. I just want to run because I haven't run a race in a long time, and I just want to finish. Go!
The thousands who ran were happy to finish. While defending champion Philemon Hannock of Zimbabwe earned $2,000, winning the race and breaking a 16-year-old course record. Some runners, including law scholar John Britton, are warming up for the 100th anniversary of the Boston Marathon next spring.
You are a runner. I mean, you've been doing this for
20 years. And I run competitively for the Hartford Track Club in their men's division, 50 to 59. I'm 51 years old.
For most of us, celebrating Thanksgiving is sitting down at the table with family and friends. But for these people, celebrating Thanksgiving means running to the table. So what do you do after this?
Go to the Army Navy Club and warm up, and then I go to my parents for Thanksgiving.
After this, what do you do?
I eat and eat and eat some more.
So it's a good way to get up Thanksgiving Day appetite?
Yes.
In Manchester with photographer Paul Quinby, Tony Gill, FOX61, News at 10.
To this, the 61st running of the Manchester Thanksgiving Day 5-mile road race.
9 a.m. and the streets of downtown Manchester are filled with stretching bodies and moving feet. It's a Turkey Day tradition.
It's a pretty well-known race and just looking forward to it. Good excuse to eat a lot later.
Yeah, I'm doing it so I can have seconds later and not feel guilty about it. Runners and spectators warm up with coffee and goodies. The Harvest Bread Company is giving all proceeds from the day to a local charity. And today's race has extra meaning for some. Bob Greif and 15 others are running in honor of Bob's wife, Christine, who was hit by a drunk driver while riding her bike, training for a triathlon on Mother's Day. She still can't walk or speak.
I run with her number on every time I run a race.
What does this
Ladies and gentlemen, please give your attention to the playing
This is a very
of our
emotional
national
day
anthem.
because Christine's run this race for the past 10 years.
At 10 a.m. they start. It takes about 8 minutes for all the runners and walkers to cross the starting line of the 4.7-mile course. And less than 22 minutes later, the first to cross the finish line, Aurelio Midi of Angola.
This year's race broke some records. About 11,000 runners took part. That's up from about 10,500 last year. And it looks like a lot of the newcomers will be coming back next Thanksgiving.
It was my sister's first ever.
My brother got me into it.
New tradition. Came in from New York City last night about midnight. Finished.
New Thanksgiving.
In Manchester, Lynn Joliker, Fox 61 News at 10.
And good morning to all of you, and welcome to this, the 70th running of the Manchester Thanksgiving Day 5-mile road race.
Every year, the Manchester Road Race takes over Main Street on Thanksgiving morning. 10,000 people, 5 miles, all kinds of weather.
You're going to roll the fence up, throw it over there.
It's been going on for 70 years, and it's grown into an internationally acclaimed race.
30 seconds.
But there's a race within the race that most people don't see.
Once the gun is fired, everybody's watching these elite runners go, but meanwhile, someone's got to get ready for the onslaught.
The challenge is not a steep hill or fatigue. First, they have to get all those people across the starting line.
We've gotten it down to approximately 5 minutes and 30 seconds to get the last runner over, and then the first one's coming in under 22 minutes.
So the race to get the finish line set up can't take any longer than about 16 minutes.
Now, today, we have a small computer chip on the shoe, so they catch the computer chip. So all we have is approximately 7 gates to set up just to control them coming through and getting them into the post gate system.
It takes an experienced team. Most of them have been at it since the 70s.
In the old years, we used to be still setting this up and see the runners coming down the street. It'd be an international incident if we didn't have it set up.
Every rope is accounted for and labeled, and they're stored in barrels. No one else can touch these ropes. They won't let you touch them.
And this year's rainy weather doesn't seem to stop them.
It's called the Manchester Road Race, but really what it is a Manchester with a lot of pride road race. The whole community's involved with it.
In Manchester, Doug Stewart, Fox 61 News at 10.
And they're off. He is the orange-clad enigma known as Safety Man. A hero to some. Who is Safety Man?
I don't know, but he's my favorite part of the Manchester Road Race.
A road-running renegade to others. Little is known about Safety Man except that each Thanksgiving he's here on the roads of Manchester. Like Santa Claus or the Great Pumpkin, he only shows his face once a year. But people in Manchester say they have a right to know. Manchester hardware owner Bob Doran's store is steps from the starting line.
We just want to know who he is. Even the non-taxpayers want to know who he is. My mother-in-law wants to know who he is.
Our investigation took us to the office of local dentist Tris Carta.
Watch your steps, sir.
Who doubles as a race director.
The Safety Man. We don't know who he is. Nobody on the committee has ever met this person. He comes and he goes. He's like a ghost.
Fox Connecticut contacted both the DOT and OSHA. Neither have a record of a Safety Man among their ranks. So we went to the Manchester Police and Lieutenant Chris Davis, where right before the race, it seems we're the ones getting the runaround.
I think for public safety, we kind of keep some things in, close to the vest, and that would be the identity of him would be one of those things that we wouldn't really get into at this point.
There are those officers who say if Safety Man is out there doing your job, what do we need you for? For now, the man who claims he's dedicated to runner safety remains a running mystery himself.
I have never seen Safety Man other than Thanksgiving morning. I would love to find out who he is, but I just don't know who he is.
In Manchester, Jim Altman, Fox, Connecticut. The running mystery continues. That orange-clad sight, part crossing guard, part Jedi Knight.
We're still trying to figure out the ghost of the road race.
His reputation precedes him.
Yes. With his flag, yes. I don't know who he is, but I see him every year.
But his identity eludes us.
We don't know who Safety Man is. We can't figure it out. It's a big mystery. But he comes once a year like Santa Claus.
As the Manchester Road Race nears another year, the question remains, who is Safety Man? Trying to pinpoint just who Safety Man is has been more of a marathon than a sprint. What is his agenda, and where will he show up next? It's still a road race riddle.
Maybe 2.5 knots.
He's been spotted high atop the starting line.
Hey, you gotta tell me where you shop, I'll tell you. This is some good stuff here.
And on the street level. Fox Connecticut has been on the trail of the trailblazer. At the Manchester Police Department, we obtained this tape of a polygraph test.
I know that you are Safety Man. It says right on your shirt, Safety Man.
My real name is Somewhat Cautious Man. This is the wrong suit. Talk to my dry cleaner.
And then there was this recent trip to the Highland Park Market.
How are we doing? Have a good race, huh? Keep it safe, huh?
It revealed a different picture.
The lottery, put your money in the bank. That's what I say. Keep it safe.
As Safety Man picked up his pace, so did we. Our team of super sleuths finally tracked him down.
Guys, Safety Man, let's go! Okay, gang, now let's find out who you really are. Al Tersey?
Well, what did you think I was going to do in my retirement? And it would have worked, too, if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Really, Jimmy? You had to go with the Scooby-Doo ending?
All right, guys, no Scooby-Doo ending.
So when you see that fluorescent flash, that renegade of the roadway, it's a safe bet. The holidays are here.
Gotta have Safety Man there.
Oh, he just appears out of nowhere. No matter where you are, Safety Man is the man.
Keep it safe. Happy Thanksgiving.
It's a running tradition in Manchester. But this ritual is just off the road race route. Every year, the Manchester Road Races Honors Club springs into action. This year, working with the charity Rebuilding Together. They're landscaping and removing leaves.
We got his roof replaced, we got his chimney repaired. Traditionally, the Manchester Road Race gives out over $100,000 a year back to the community.
The team is helping Ronald and Sharon Therio.
Oh, fantastic. I just can't.
Sharon is just back from the hospital.
It's overwhelming.
So about a dozen volunteers, some from the fire department, are using funds from the race to make Manchester a better place.
This is why I live in Manchester. People like this, they want to go out on their own and help people. And it's just amazing.
It's been 83 years of history of giving back to the local community. Because that's our biggest thing with Rebuilding Together, is we want to keep the house very safe so the homeowners can stay in the house as long as possible.
And with safety in mind, a driving force appeared on Alice Drive. From out of the safety van, the Safety Man. This year, the orange-clad Enigma is joined by sidekick Velma Safety.
Keep it safe.
And
while we might not know who the whistleblower is,
Looking good.
it's good to know he's on our side.
That looks expensive, doesn't it? Very nice. That's a good one.
What a great thing they're doing.
This is a great thing. Give back to the community. Obviously, this house needed a little TLC. I say we take the whole row down, Jimmy. What do you think? All the pines. It looks great. And you know what? I think the people here that are taking their time deserve a double thumbs up. So awesome.
And they offer a holiday message from Manchester.
Happy Thanksgiving! Keep it safe! A roller coaster of emotions there. The safety man has his own Twitter page now, so if you want to follow him, we have a link at FOX61.com or on our news app. He'll be out there tomorrow, so everybody go up and say hi to the safety man. What great work they're all doing in Manchester.
Yeah, doing good stuff.
Absolutely.
It really is great. All right, thank you. Unfortunately, this won't be the scene at the Manchester Road Race this year. The pandemic, of course, forcing organizers to change direction.
But race organizers are stressing safety, and they are still getting ready for the running in the virtual world this year. Fox 61's Jim Altman takes us to Manchester, with more.
Welcome to the 82nd running of the Manchester Road Race.
Thanksgiving in Manchester. Things will run. They'll just run differently in 2020.
There's no possible way we could have the, 12,000 runners, who knows how many spectators, and all socially distanced.
Another casualty of COVID-19, the Manchester Road Race is plotting a course virtually. Jim Balcom is the longtime race director.
We have people signed up from Ireland, from London, from Australia. Already like 25 or 30 different states are represented. They're going to run 4.748 miles wherever they are.
You're downloading an app to your smartphone between the 19th and the 25th, whatever day you choose, wherever you choose, any place in the world. And at 4.748, it's going to say, you are done. You just ran the Manchester Road Race.
I saw the safety man signal up on yonder cloud.
Also spreading that word of safety comes the orange-clad icon.
Just want to remind all the folks out there this year, the race is virtual.
Among so many masked men these days, there is just one legend of the 4.748-mile loop. Race royalty Safety Man has a message for the Manchester masses.
What I want to tell everyone out there is have a great time on Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to come out and run the actual race course, but using your imagination and the app, you're going to want to recreate that experience in your neighborhood.
And from the street level, they say it's all about getting back up to speed for next year.
Yeah, and you know what? I noticed this year that a lot more people are listening to my message.
We need to come out the other side. We need to come out 2021 with the town behind us, with the sponsors behind us, with money in the bank so we can go ahead and put on the race that everybody wants.
We want people to be safe. We want Thanksgiving Day to be happy for everybody.
And a special note from me to all my crew here at mile marker 2, the Highland Park Market. I will miss you this Thanksgiving for the first time in 12 years since this is all happening virtually in 2020.